My 4 months pregnant wife said. Hunter understands my pregnant body better than you do. While hiding her phone, I replied. Okay, quietly checked what she'd been hiding and scheduled a test hours later. Someone else showed up asking for. I married to Sable 30F for 8 years. She is currently 4 months pregnant with our first child. Before anyone jumps down my throat about controlling pregnant women, please read the whole thing. I am a police officer in Omaha, Nebraska. I have been on the force for 11 years now. My job has taught me a lot about reading people, recognizing patterns, and trusting my gut when something feels off. Right now, my gut is screaming. Sable has always been into fitness. When we first met, she would hit the gym maybe 3-4 times a week, usually in the mornings before her administrative job. I never had a problem with it. I work out too. Staying in shape is important, especially in my line of work. We used to go together on weekends sometimes. It was nice. About 6 months ago, things started changing. She joined this upscale fitness center across town. More expensive than our local gym, but she said it had better equipment and classes. Fine. I didn't question it. Then the frequency increased. 4 times a week became 5. Then 6. Now she is going sometimes twice a day. Morning session before work. Evening session after. Sometimes she will go during lunch too. We are talking 2-3 hours total daily at this gym. Is where it gets concerning. She is 4 months pregnant. Our OB mentioned that while exercise during pregnancy is Sable nodded along at the appointment, then went straight to the gym afterward. I have tried talking to her about it. Her responses have been defensive. I am growing a human, Blake. Exercise helps with that. You are not a doctor. Dr. Mitchell said, exercise is fine. Would you rather I sit on the couch and get fat? That last one threw me. Sable has never been insecure about her body. She has always been confident. So where did that come from? The behavioral changes go beyond just gym frequency. She has become irritable when she cannot go. Last week, I asked if we could have dinner with my brother Rick and his wife on Saturday. Her first response was checking if it conflicted with her gym schedule. When I pointed out that the gym would be there tomorrow, she got annoyed and said I was being unsupportive. Her phone habits have changed too. She used to leave it on the kitchen counter. Screen up, no problem. Now it is always face down. Always on silent. She takes it to the bathroom. She angles it away from me when texting. I know what you are thinking. And yeah, I am thinking it too. But here is the thing that really got to me. Last Tuesday, I came home early from a shift. She wasn't home, which was fine. At the gym, obviously. But I noticed she had left her gym bag on the bed, not packed like she forgot it. Just there, like she had taken stuff out of it. She came home around 8 p.m., freshly showered, in workout clothes. Said she had a great session. I asked about her gym bag. She looked at it for a second too long before saying she had grabbed a different one from her car. Here is why I know. That is a lie. I had been home for 3 hours. Her car was in the garage the whole time. I checked. My dad had an affair when I was 16, with a coworker. I watched my mom miss all the signs because she trusted him completely. I watched our family fall apart because nobody wanted to see what was obvious. I don't want to be paranoid. I don't want to be that husband who doesn't trust his pregnant wife. But I am also not going to be blind Reddit. Am I the asshole for being concerned? Am I reading too much into this? Part of me wants someone to tell me I am crazy. That pregnancy hormones explain everything. That joining an expensive gym and going obsessively is totally normal. But the cop in me knows something is wrong. Update 1. After reading through all your comments, I decided to do what I should have done from the start. I gathered evidence. I know some of you will say checking her phone was wrong. Trust me, I have thought about that. But after 11 years in law enforcement, I have learned that sometimes you need to verify before you confront. Accusations without proof just give liars room to manipulate. Last Friday night, Sable fell asleep on the couch after one of her marathon gym days. Her phone was on the coffee table, face down as usual. I picked it up. She had changed her passcode. It used to be her birthday. Now it was something else. I tried a few combinations and got it on the 3rd attempt. Our anniversary date. The messages were in a hidden folder. Clever, but not clever enough. His name is Hunter Walsh, 32 years old. Personal trainer at Elevate Fitness, and for the past several months, he has been a lot more than her trainer. The messages started professionally enough. Workout schedules, form corrections, nutrition tips, but around 5 months ago, things shifted. Cannot stop thinking about our session today. You looked amazing in that outfit. My husband doesn't notice me anymore. Not like you do. That was Sable, telling another man that I don't notice her, while she is carrying what I thought was our child. The conversation escalated from there. Flirting became sexting. Sexting became photos. I saw pictures of my wife I never expected to see sent to anyone else, and pictures of him that I didn't need burned into my memory. There were references to meetups. Same place as last time. Cannot wait to feel you again. Cannot wait to her doing an evening class. I sat on that couch for 2 hours after she went to bed, just sitting there, holding her phone, reading through months of betrayal. Every lie documented in black and white. I confronted her Saturday morning. I was calm at first. Cop training kicked in. I asked her directly, "Who is Hunter Walsh to you?" The way her face changed told me everything. Fear, then calculation, then manufactured confusion. "He is my trainer." "Why? Just your trainer?" "Yes, Blake. What is this about?" I showed her the phone, showed her the messages, the photos, watched her face cycle through about 15 different emotions in 10 seconds. Then she did exactly what the Reddit comments predicted. She attacked me for snooping. "You went through my phone? What the hell is wrong with you? What is wrong with me? Sable. You have been screwing your trainer for months. It is not. You don't understand. Then explain it." She couldn't, or wouldn't. She tried different angles. It was just flirting that got out of hand. She was feeling insecure because of the pregnancy. I had been distant. She needed validation. Hunter understood her body in ways I couldn't. Each excuse was worse than the last. The argument escalated. 8 years of marriage was crumbling in real time, and instead of taking responsibility, she kept deflecting, kept making it my fault somehow. At one point, she grabbed her phone from my hand and said she was going to stay with her sister. I grabbed it back, told her she wasn't leaving until we finished this conversation. She shoved me, hard, into the kitchen counter. Something in me snapped. I threw her phone, not at her, at the wall, watched it shatter. She slapped me across the face. We stood there, both breathing heavy, both shocked at what we would become. In 11 years together, we had never been physical with each other, not once. "Get out," I said. "This is my house too. Get out." She left. Went to her sister's place. I called my brother Rick, told him everything. He came over with a bottle of whiskey and didn't say a word for the first hour. Just sat with me while I stared at the broken phone on the floor. The next day, I moved to Rick's place, temporarily. I couldn't be in that house, couldn't sleep in our bed, couldn't look at the nursery we had just finished painting. I have barely slept in a week. My captain at work noticed something was wrong. I had to tell him. He was understanding, said take whatever time I need. He has been through something similar himself. I still don't have answers to the most important question. She is 4 months pregnant. The affair started around 5 months ago, based on the messages, which means I don't know what that means. I don't know if this baby is mine. She has been texting me, calling, leaving voicemails, saying she is sorry, saying she loves me, saying we can work through this. I haven't responded. I need to know about the baby first. Everything else can wait. Update 2. The paternity test results came back. But before I get to that, let me fill in what has happened. 2 weeks after our confrontation, Sable asked to meet, neutral location, public place. I agreed to a coffee shop near the precinct. Figured if it went south, at least I would be close to people who had my back. She looked tired, lost weight, which concerned me given the pregnancy. Part of me still cared. 8 years doesn't disappear overnight, no matter what she did. She came clean. All of it. The affair with Hunter started 8 months ago, not 5, like I thought. She had been deleting older messages regularly, but the relationship predated what I found on her phone. 8 months. That means they were together before she got pregnant. I asked the obvious question. She said she didn't know. Genuinely didn't know whose baby it was. They hadn't been careful. Neither had we. I sat there processing the fact that my wife might be carrying another man's child. A man she chose over me. A man she has been lying to me about for the better part of a year. The full confession kept coming. How they would meet at his apartment after her gym sessions. How they had talk about me, laugh about how oblivious I was. How she would come home and act normal. Kiss me, ask about my day, while still having his scent on her skin. Hunter knew she was married, didn't care. According to Sable, he has done this before. Targeting married women at the gym is practically his specialty. Something about the vulnerability of women in transitional life stages. Getting in shape for weddings, post-baby body recovery, midlife reinvention. He finds them, flatters them, breaks them down, and my wife fell for it completely. The worst part wasn't the physical betrayal. I could almost understand a moment of weakness, a single mistake. But this was calculated. Months of planning, lying, covering tracks. Months of looking me in the eye and making me feel crazy for asking questions. She said she loved me. Said she also had feelings for Hunter. Said it was complicated. Complicated isn't a word you use when you are carrying a baby that might belong to your affair partner. I asked what she wanted. Her answer destroyed me. She wanted me to consider staying. Even if the baby was Hunter's, she cheats on me for 8 months, gets pregnant with possibly another man's baby, and wants me to step up and be the father because Hunter isn't capable. And I am supposed to feel honored by this. I told her I needed time. What I really needed was to get away from her before I said something I couldn't take back. Since then, things have only gotten more complicated. Sable moved in with Hunter. Her sister got tired of the drama, and apparently Hunter wanted to support her through this. The man who helped destroy my marriage is now playing house with my wife, while we wait to find out if the baby is mine. My lawyer says I need to be prepared for both outcomes. If the baby is mine, I have rights, custody, visitation, the whole thing. If the baby isn't mine, I have a different kind of decision to make. The results came back last week. The baby is mine. I should have felt relief. Part of me did. But mostly, I felt this overwhelming weight settle onto my chest. Because now there is no clean break. Now, I am tied to this woman for at least the next 18 years. I am going to have a child with someone who betrayed me in the worst possible way, who is currently living with the man she cheated with, who still doesn't seem to understand the magnitude of what she has done. When I told Sable the results, she cried. Said she was so relieved. Said this was a sign we could work things out. I said nothing. Hunter's reaction was different. According to Sable, he was disappointed. He would apparently gotten attached to the idea of being a father. Now he is just the guy who is sleeping with my pregnant wife while she carries my child. The legal situation is getting messy. She says he has been supportive during the pregnancy, that he deserves to be there. Let me repeat that. She wants her affair partner in the delivery room when my son is born. I have hired a family attorney. She is good. Handles a lot of law enforcement divorces. Says Sable's behavior is working in my favor legally, but that custody battles are never simple. The courts prioritize the child's well-being, not punishing bad behavior. Even if Sable's judgment is questionable, she is still the mother. My captain has been a rock through this. Turns out his first wife cheated on him too, back when he was a rookie. He never talks about it, but he pulled me aside last week and said, "The job will always be there. Your kid comes first. Whatever you need." I have been sleeping at Rick's for 2 months now. Some nights I can barely close my eyes. Other nights I sleep 12 hours and wake up more exhausted than before. The woman I married is gone. Or maybe she was never real to begin with. Maybe I just saw what I wanted to see. Final update: my son was born on a rainy Tuesday in March. 7 pounds, 4 ounces. Full head of dark hair. Looked like me from the moment he arrived. Hunter was not in the delivery room. I made that very clear through my attorney. He is not family. He is not the father. He had no legal standing to be there. Sable fought it, but ultimately the hospital agreed. Only the mother and one support person of her choosing. She chose her sister. I waited outside. When they let me in to see him for the first time, I forgot about everything else. The affair, the lies, the months of legal battles, all of it disappeared. There was just this tiny human who shared my blood, looking up at me with those unfocused newborn eyes. I named him after my grandfather. Sable wanted Hunter to have input on the name. I reminded her that Hunter has no rights to this child. That shut down that conversation pretty quickly. The first year was brutal: custody arrangements, lawyers, mediation. Sable wanted primary custody. I pushed for 50-50. We settled somewhere in the middle. I have him 3 days a week and every other weekend. Not enough, but more than some fathers get. Co-parenting with someone who betrayed you is its own special kind of hell. Every handoff is a reminder. Every conversation about schedules and doctor's appointments and daycare means interacting with the woman who destroyed our marriage. I have learned to keep it professional, treat it like a work assignment, emotions off, logistics only. The karma everyone predicted did eventually arrive. Hunter's personal training business collapsed about 8 months after my son was born. Turns out his pattern of targeting married women finally caught up with him. 3 other husbands came forward after word spread about what happened with us. Elevate Fitness quietly let him go. His reputation in the Omaha fitness community is ruined. He and Sable lasted about 1.5 years. Shocking, I know. A relationship built on lies and betrayal didn't have the strongest foundation. According to my son's daycare teacher, who talks to both of us at pickup, Sable's been struggling. Hunter didn't just leave. He left her with 3 months of unpaid rent and a maxed-out credit card in her name. She is working 2 jobs now: administrative assistant during the day, waitressing some nights. Do I feel bad for her? I used to. Those first few months after Hunter left, she had called me crying, apologizing, saying she made the biggest mistake of her life, asking if there was any chance of reconciliation. There isn't. Some things you don't come back from. But I also don't feel satisfaction watching her struggle. That surprised me. I thought I would enjoy the karma. Instead, I just feel tired. 8 years of my life. And now my son has a mother who is barely keeping her head above water. For his sake, I hope she gets it together. I hope she builds a stable life. Not for her, for him. He deserves a mom who is present and functioning. As for me, life goes on. I got promoted last year. Detective now. Better hours, which means more time with my kid. I have been going to therapy, which has helped more than I expected. Started working out again at a different gym. No trainers. Just me and the weights and my thoughts. Dating isn't something I have pursued seriously. A few first dates that went nowhere. One brief thing with a woman from another precinct that fizzled after a month. My therapist says I have trust issues now, which feels obvious, but apparently needed to be said out loud. My son is 2 years old now, walking, talking, getting into everything. He has my eyes and my stubborn streak. When he laughs, I hear my grandfather. When he throws a tantrum, I see a little bit of his mother. I try not to hold that against him. Some days are harder than others. Some nights I lie awake, wondering what life would look like if Sable had never walked into that gym. If she had chosen our family over her ego. If my son could have grown up in a home with both parents who loved each other. But that is not the hand I was dealt. So I play the one I have. I am not angry anymore. Not really. Anger takes energy, and I need that energy for my kid, for my job, for building something good out of something broken. My son will grow up in a divided home because his mother chose temporary excitement over permanent commitment. That is not my fault. That is not his fault either. My job now is to be the stable parent, the one who shows up, the one who keeps his promises. Some lessons you learn the expensive way. The other day, my captain asked how I was doing. I told him the truth. Better than I was. Not as good as I will be. He nodded, like he understood exactly what I meant. To everyone who followed this story, who offered advice, who shared their own experiences, thank you. You helped me feel less alone during the worst period of my life. Reddit gets a lot of crap, but this community showed up for me when I needed it. Final thought. If you are reading this, and you are in a situation like mine, trust your instincts. Don't let anyone make you feel crazy for noticing patterns. And when the truth comes out, because it always does, remember that your response defines who you are. Choose carefully. I chose my son. Everything else is just details.